kimono has been a Japanese symbol for longevity and good fortune. In Japan, kimonos have been recognized as highly valued art because of their elegance and beauty. Sewed by top craftsmen, gorgeous color patterns are produced from top-shelf materials. Fortunately, during the Meiji period, the tradition of wearing kimonos took a turn when the Japanese government encouraged people to adopt to Western outfits. As years passed, less and less Japanese people wear kimonos on a daily basis. As a result, traditional tailors started to fade away. To counter such downfall, in 1984, NIHON WASOU was founded to bring back the kimono. The company offered free kimono dressing classes to anyone that was interested and created a new distribution system. Konnichiwa. My name is RIKI Iwase Furuta. I was born here in Kyoto, Japan, and I was raised on the big island of Hawaii. During my stay in Japan over the summer, I decided to intern at one of NIHON WASOU's facilities. Today, I will introduce to you the beauty and elegance of the kimono and the importance of it at NIHON WASOU. Here at the糸のMuseum, they begin inspecting the materials before they begin the sewing process. As you guys can see on the pictures on the wall, extensive measures have been used to make sure that the product that's being sold is treated with top care. The top tailors around Japan come to Nihon WASAI GIJYUTUIN, where they are able to exploit their skills in order to create one-of-a-kind pieces of art. As you guys can see, unlike a traditional sewing machine, they use all hand-stitched patterns and they all create it within a few days. Let's meet one of the tailors and ask them a few questions. What kind of things do you do here?
1枚の反物をお客様の寸法に合わせて裁断して縫い合わせて着物を仕立て上げています。
What do you like about your job?
いろいろな反物に触れることができるのがとても楽しいです。綺麗で着やすく、お客様の体に合った仕立てを心がけているので、仕立て上がった着物をお客様が着ていただいた姿を見るととてもやりがいを感じます。
Thank you. Your work has been greatly appreciated. More and more, I start to really appreciate the time and effort that has been put into these kimonos, which makes for the value that it stands for. Now I'll show you a video on the kimono making process.
DOMEN YOSHIO です。
This is the CEO of NIHON WASOU, and he is just here to introduce me and to interview me. And I have a few questions for him as well.
RIKI 君は今日日本和装の品質管理部がございます糸の匠センター約2週間インターンという形で品質管理部のお仕事に携わってもらったんですけれども、着物というものを生で見てみてどんな感想を持ちましたか？
So when I first imagined kimono, I thought it was just people using a machine and just making it. But when I was introduced into Nihon WASOU, it was completely different. I seen people using regular needles and just hand sewing everything instead of using a machine. And they use old traditional styles instead of the new high-tech ones instead, which would make everything way quicker, but it would make the quality is not as much like before. So when I found out it takes about 4 years for the sewer to become a tailorist and like a professional, I was surprised. And then when they told me every day they only make 3 inches of a belt or even a kimono, I was just surprised, like, wow, that takes a really long time to end up making, because a belt is not only 1 yard, it's about 3 or 4 yards.
当社日本和装は、時代の流れとともにですね、やっぱこう便利なものがいろいろ世の中できてきて、携帯電話、スマートフォンになったりとか、車が今後 EV 化が主流になって自動運転が進んだりとかっていう風になっていくと思うんですけども、でも普遍的に変わらないもの、残していかないといけないっていうものが我々はこの着物という文化だという風に思っていろんな活動をやってます。ぜひハワイでも着物着てくれますか？
If I went to Hawaii, I would wear a kimono because I would stand out and everybody would be wanting to join a trend of wearing a kimono, especially because Hawaii, majority of them are all Asian culture, some are even more Japanese than not. Especially if they get to wear a kimono, I'm pretty sure their ancestors would be very happy. Mr. Domen, what kind of company is NIHON WASOU?
弊社日本和装ホールディングスは和装品の販売仲介事業を行っております。主に着物や帯といった、着物を着るために必要な、ものを仲介をさせてもらってるんですけれども、これはもっと深く掘り下げて説明をすると、着物を着たいというお客様だけでなく、着物を作っている、またその流通に関わっている方々も当社にとってお客様なので、着物を作る人も、着物を着てみたい人も、この両者を幸せにしていくための架け橋になっていく、架け橋になる仕事をするのが当社日本和装の仕事だと思っています。
What are the dreams of NIHON WASOU?
当社にはですね、大きな夢がありまして、着物を世界遺産にしようと、無形文化遺産にしようと、どんどん今着物というものは生産量も少なくなって、と同時に着物を着る人も少なくなっていっている中で、これから10年50年100年、経った時にですね、今まだこの国に生まれてきてない、子どもたち、が生まれてきた時や大人になった時も、日本にはこんな素敵な文化である着物がね、民族衣装がねあるんだよと、世界から誇り、と思えるようなそんな素敵なものがあるんだよっていうことをずっと残していくために、その夢を掲げて、一生懸命今努力しているところです。
The wonderful dream. Thank you for coming, Mr. Domen.
Thank you very much.
How was it? Through the introduction, interviews, kimono dressing, tour of the Itono Museum, and the Nihon WASAI GIJYUTUIN, I realized that kimonos are more profound than I imagined. From afar, a kimono seems like a piece of cloth that has been sewed together. But after spending my time at NIHON WASOU, I started to understand the passion, care, and dedication, craftsmanship that goes into a kimono. In order to pass on the kimono tradition for future generations, NIHON WASOU has been offering free dressing courses since its founding 35 years ago. Since then, over 200,000 people have been able to dress themselves in a kimono. In addition, in order to be able to wear a kimono in peace, NIHON WASOU has been consistently following up with their customers, from lessons to tailoring and after-sales maintenance. As I mentioned before, the number of people wearing kimonos have been decreasing. But I'm certain that NIHON WASOU will keep the kimono tradition alive by continuing to offer their courses, creating chances to wear kimonos, and showing the values of kimonos as well, around the nation. Why don't you wear a kimono at least once? It's easier to wear than you may think. It looks good for photos, and it's a lot of fun to wear with your friends. When I return to Hawaii, I'll spread the charm and beauty of this kimono. Thank you for your time today.